Welcome to the Mars Desert Research Station in Hanksville, Utah. I am one of a group of faculty, staff, administrators, and students, I might add, that have been under the umbrella of the Mars 101 program. What you do is you go live in this tin can for a week or two, depending on how your rotation's set up. And it's a highly competitive process to get to go to the Mars Desert Research Station, not just through MCC, but worldwide. People apply for the Mars Society to get to go. So you live on this floor, and half of this floor is bedrooms, half of it is the kitchen area, half of it is your living quarters. And this is all of where the work occurs to get suited up, to decompress, literally from air, and then to have engineering, which means all your stuff to fix things like your all-terrain vehicles, to deal with your greenhouse, and even the astronomy observatory that's there. The goal of Mars is to learn how to live in harmony with a group of people and conduct analog research on the red planet. The only difference of the red planet from here basically is the sky. So why go to Utah? The conditions are very similar to the red planet in terms of being desolate, having pretty dry conditions. It's just not nearly as cold. So the Mars Society actually started this program in 1998 to promote the exploration and settlement of Mars by doing a privately funded research program for people to kind of figure out where the glitches would be on living on Mars, because they're really serious about trying to colonize the Mars planet. This is what a typical day at MDRS looks like, and what's really cool is this terrain contains a lot of dinosaur fossils and petrified wood from the late Jurassic period. We even go there on our field course to dig. When you get inside the habitat, known as the HAB, this is what it looks like. The first year that we went, I was on the crew, that's me right there, and you're given a certain amount of food by the Mars Society, and you're not supposed to bring in anything else. So most of it's freeze-dried, and the crew that had been there 2 weeks before we got there had done absolutely hardly any organization, and we had to massively clean the site to get it to be livable. After going for 2 years, our college decided, or the group of people that went, we all wrote in a cookbook. And you can see it right here. There are literally 16 of us that wrote the cookbook, and it's growing, and this is available to sell. These are the kinds of foods we learned how to make with limited resources, and then it was very fun to learn how to do that. Getting suited up to go out in the field was a different ball game. It was a very unusual experience, a little claustrophobic at first. This is one of our chemistry professors at MCC, and this is our famous engineering professor that started the program at MCC. A year later, and 2 years later, actually, this will be our third round of students this year, we actually had new suits for students. The Mars Society's improved the living conditions a bit. So this is what it looks like to get suited up. This is what the end result looks like when you go out, and this is the actual downstairs engineering area, and this is where you decompress your air like you would be going out into Mars. Once you get out there, it's called EVAs, extravehicular activities. That's what an EVA stands for. And these are actually do occur at Mars as well with robotics. And so the idea is that you're going to go out and you're going to look for clues for several things. You're going to be looking for geologic resources, evidence of maybe water, life on Mars, anything that can help people colonize Mars and stay there. This is actually me conducting just a simple task. I've got some soil samples right there and a rock hammer, and I was taking a brunt and compass measurement of this area. We call these areas cow patties. That's not what they are. They're just really strange rock formations. And this backpack right here literally weighs about 40 or 50 pounds. So getting up and down was just a challenge. And I remember taking my rock hammer for the first time and trying to smash a sample, not at this rock, but of another rock, and hit myself right in the head at the bubble here because I wasn't used to having that big thing in front of me. It was a real adjustment as an astronaut to be able to figure that out. So once you get out in the field, you're looking for all kinds of really interesting things, and basically you're taking measurements and observations. Communication is difficult. We have radios, and that was one of the projects that these students had worked on, was to find a better communication system to help each other in the field. We did chemistry, we did biology, we did geology, and we've done other types of projects as well. That's me taking a measurement of a graded bed of a conglomerate. While that looks easy, that is not easy with that 40, 50-pound pack on there and all this gear. But you couldn't take that off in Mars or else you would die. Now these are fossils right here. Now you're not going to find, hopefully, well, I shouldn't say hopefully, I'm pretty sure you're not going to find these kinds of fossils on Mars. If we did, that would be the biggest grand slam ever, because it would be an indication that life has, not just maybe, but has existed on the red planet. This is one of our favorite places to go. This was one of the nicest canyons there in the Mars Desert Research Station area. Now this is BLM land, so it's public lands. This was fantastic views, geology, and some of the best gypsum and evaporite deposits I've ever seen. Here's me taking a measurement of some conglomerates, and you can see that is not an easy task. Well, students will pick a research project, whether it's in geology, engineering, a different science. We've even had people looking from sociology, from business, from nursing, all over campus interested in doing analog research. Look at that view and it just makes you go, wow, it's so incredible, and you feel like you're on top of the world. So imagine you being the only human in Mars, what that might feel like. So this is doing EVAs right here. It looks like a lot of fun. It's a little, it's a blast, but it doesn't come without a lot of work. In our case, we stay there for a week, and then our second group of students come in behind us, and we have a commander that's an experienced faculty member that's gone before, and then a commander in training. It really doesn't have to be a faculty member. It can also be a staff or administrator who's gone. Look at these. These are mud cracks, by the way, indicating that this area has been wet and dried multiple times. Inside the hab, this was some biology projects that were being done, and everybody does everyone's projects, and that's part of the beauty of Mars, is you're getting multiple experiences from different projects that are occurring under the team that goes. So here are some of the end result petri dishes. We were actually looking for staff. So once you look at this, everybody, whether they have any background or not, they're learning how to do each other's projects, and so you get multidisciplinary research experience. Bravo for your resume. We had a student actually study the effects of diet and gastrointestinal health at the Mars simulated environment in order to determine if there was problems with the health. She was a nurse. We've had students do robotics and other types of very interesting projects. I've actually got 2 students going this year who are doing different geology projects. We've even had somebody figure out how to make a device that would help plants grow better in the greenhouse and be a measurement tool for that. That's this thing right here. At the end of the day, we all have to file reports. This was the first crew. That's me right there, and that's April Andrews, started the program. That's Larry Benton, and this is April's dad. He's an engineer and a professor at Del Mar College. And a couple of people are missing in the picture here, but we're refiling our reports just like you would at the end of the day with Planet Earth. We had to do the same thing, and you only had a finite amount of window to do it and only a certain amount of bandwidth to do it, as well as memory. If you exceeded that, then the system was shut down for about 48 hours. But this is our living area, and our rooms are right back here. They're very, very little. And so you're really living in close proximity with people. This was our crew that went, and you can see us all lined up right here. That's Nancy Ray Mitchell, her daughter Liz. She's a business professor. This is a biologist. I'm a geologist. He's an engineer, geologist, engineer, and chemist. And this is our last year's group that went and enjoyed this incredible experience to go. And you look at this and you're like, wow, these are real people learning how to do undergraduate research and get a benefit for that. In conclusion, I hope you've learned a little bit about the Mars Desert Research Station and can appreciate the incredible opportunity this has to offer. So keep in mind, this is highly competitive to be a part of MDRS. See you at the next stop. Bye.